The name Lost Masters has been used ever since the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the release of Kingdom Hearts Chief for the PC back in 2013. Although there's no definitive answer right now as to why the Foretellers of the Fairy Tale era got this label, you guys are going to want to stick around for the whole video because I think the answer has been right under our noses the entire time. So remember this heart from when you first start your game on Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Further analysis of this heart reveals this is in symbolism, it's a pie chart. And what does a pie chart represent? A type of graph in which a circle is divided into sectors that each represent a portion of the whole. To further that point, let's look at the connection my boy Domi UG found for the Foretellers, Luxu, and their masters, Superbia. So we know each Foreteller represents a sin, as you can see on this chart, but the one that is missing is Pride, which hasn't been assigned to any of the 7 members that we know of. But guess who isn't named? The Master of Masters. Sure, he has the prestigious title of Master of Masters, but being called the Master of Masters would mean absolutely nothing if he didn't train anyone or if he didn't have apprentices. We know Pride's associated animal is the lion, which is also connected to the sun in mythology and certain beliefs. Guess who you find on the back of the guess what you find on the back of the book of prophecies? A star. And on the front you see the same sigil on this heart. And that was just prepping you guys for the theory at hand. So with this new information in your hands, now it's time we get back to the phrase Lost Masters. Everything I just told you guys should have led to one conclusion. The Foretellers are pieces of the Master of Masters, a division of his heart based on his sins or based on the 7 deadly sins entirely. Maybe not his sins exactly, but he may have separated his heart in that sense or using that kind of mythology, or maybe that's what they set up for Kingdom Hearts. It may not be his sins exactly. I don't know. And just think for a second, these vital questions should be asked when we're dealing with this. Where did he find 5 people to just train over the years? Did he abduct them? I really don't think Kingdom Hearts is gonna get into a fucking creepy ass nigga just abducting like 5 kids and being like, yo, you guys are gonna become my foretellers. Why were these 5 chosen to be the foretellers? And why do they need never take off those masks? 3 years and not a single face reveal? Like, come on, 3 years and not a single one? So here's the truth. The Master of Masters created 5 entities, trained them, named them foretellers, developed the union system, and when they served their purpose, he absorbed them back into himself to complete his heart again and gain control of his X-Blade. Now before I proceed with the original script, let me just go ahead and put something in there that's pretty much going to kind of solidify that to you guys. So we know that in the trailers, ever since E3 2016, our boy Aced, or the Foreteller Aced, has been kind of treated as the traitor, or he's been kind of shown off to be the traitor. But let's look into what this man has really been saying. So ever since the E3 trailer, he's been talking about betraying the Master of Masters. Now that does kind of sound like the traitor, right? But he isn't the traitor. The problem here is that the Master of Masters trained all 5 of his apprentices, and let's say they are connected to, of course, the Master of Masters, in a sense that their hearts or what makes up their beings is pieces of the Master of Masters itself himself. This would mean that, of course, their connection to the Master of Masters would be something that they're inherently, like, they have this connection inherently, meaning that, of course, they wouldn't turn on the Master of Masters just because of the simple fact of who he is and what he is to them. He's not only their master, he didn't only bring them up, he didn't only train them, he's connected to them in the biggest way possible in this freaking series. So with that connection, then of course we have someone like I said who's saying we need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world. All this man wants to do is protect the freaking world. That's all he wants to do. It isn't anything about the lost page. He's not the traitor. He's just someone who has grown out of course, this infatuation with the Master of Masters and this belief that he's just such a good guy. And that's what's wrong here. He's not this villain. He's just that guy. Now we also have something else that I wanted to talk about before we jump back to the original script. During the Kingdom Hearts Chief finale, we saw that, of course, the Bell of War, we learned about the Bell of War, which is the big ass clock bell and shit that's in the Daybreak Town. So in Daybreak Town, Ava and Luxu actually got into a fight, and when Ava struck him with some type of magic, there was this rippling effect that supposedly rung the Bell of War. But this is untrue. You see, if we go back to the final trailer, guess who you see standing by the bell as the bell seems to be ringing, or as the bell seems to be going off and swaying left and right? the Master of Masters. He's the one who rung the bell of war, meaning he's the one who pushed this war into happening. So there's even further proof that this man isn't who he seems to be, of course, from all of the shit that we get from the Foretellers and from Charity, to where they're trying to make this dude seem like, hey, this man is a big hero. You know, this guy did all of this. This guy trained the Foretellers. There's no way this man would ever be evil. And then think about it. It all makes sense because he disappeared on them as they were finding out about the Keyblade War. So as they were finding out about the Keyblade War, this man just mysteriously disappeared, and we literally see him rip the fucking secret page, rip the lost page out of the freaking Tome of Prophecies in the final trailer. This man is none other than the traitor, you guys. He's the freaking traitor. It wasn't Luxu, because Luxu never admits to any wrongdoing. He just says that my mission is to sit here and watch. Alba assumes that he's the traitor, but he never admits to it. So that would mean that, of course, if he never admits to it and Alba supposedly caught him red-handed, he would have just said, yes, he's the freaking traitor, and would have pretty much took pride in that shit, because he probably would have killed Alva anyways. Had they really got into this long-ass elongated battle, he would have probably came out on top. And I'm just going to say that because his Keyblade is the original Keyblade, meaning his Keyblade may possess secret powers. We see with Xehanort how far that fucking Keyblade has taken him. So I definitely believe he probably would have fucked Alva up had he gotten into a real fight with her, but he seemed like he was more so on the defensive. But now we can finally jump back into the original script, now that I've pretty much gotten all of that out there. After their war, summon the Keyblade to the Keyblade summon Kingdom Hearts to the Keyblade graveyard, just like we've seen with Xion and Vanitas, and we'll see with Xehanort's 13 Seekers in Kingdom Hearts 3. We know for a fact the Master will not wield the full power of the X-Blade with a fractured heart, similar to Ventus and Vanitas' situation. And with applying what we know from Xion, the Foretellers may have become nothing more than fuzzy memories to their Union members, and that is how they got the name Lost Masters. So there's pretty much two different theories in this one theory. The first theory is that they become Lost Masters because he absorbs them. Now, although the second piece, the second kind of derivative theory does imply that he does still absorb them, there's also the idea that they become nothing more than fuzzy memories to their Union members, because with what we've seen with Xion, in which she returns back to Sora and pretty much breaks her body down, Xion was her own existence for a while, meaning that even though she was just there to steal Sora's memories, it kind of doesn't make sense that she was wiped from everyone's memory. So if you think about the Foretellers and them going through the same kind of connection and then being erased and stuff from like existence by the Master of Masters, then maybe they would be left as fuzzy memories to their, of course, Union members, because of the connection in their Union members' hearts. We know that they have huge loyalty, we know that they have huge respect for their Foretellers, and this is pretty much what's the driving force for them actually participating in the Keyblade War. Everyone wants to feel right, everyone wants to feel righteous, and everyone wants to stand by their Foreteller and their Union. So this would mean that there is a heavy-hearted connection here for each of these Union members. So with that knowledge, what happened to Luxu? Well, this video is a collection of 3 videos. Go check these 2 out. They should be on the screen right now. You should be able to click on them on your, of course, phone or on your PC. And I want you guys to check out the Luxu one first, then head over to the Master of Masters one. Links are in the description, and click on their thumbnails, whichever one you want to do. But this has been your boy Amaziah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the theory. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button so it gets out there in the ether and in the search engines, and everyone can see this if you truly loved it. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for when the other 2 upload, because they're going to be uploaded pretty soon, and then they'll be available on your screens pretty much. So thank you guys. I humbly thank you guys, whoever made it to the end of the video. It truly was a great experience putting this theory together. And when you guys see the other 2 theories, I'm pretty much trying to explain the events of Kingdom Hearts back cover before we even reach the game, and I think it's going to be pretty amazing when the game releases. Even if I'm 100% wrong, it's going to be pretty amazing to, like, you know, connect the dots and see, well, not 100% wrong, but let's say like 70-80% wrong. It's going to be pretty cool to see what all I guessed before the game even got released. I think that's what's truly fun about theories, is really putting something out there, even if it's preposterous. And this is why I hate that some people hate theories. Even if it's preposterous, it's just a theory, it's just speculation, it's just taking things that have happened and trying to see if there's any dots that connect that you can put together before you actually find out what really happens. And I think that's the best part. I think that's the best part about theorizing, and I feel like anyone who loves something should actually be able to enjoy a good theory, man. It's just a theory. It's not like, of course, you are changing the story or anything like that, or this theory is going to impact anything that the writers themselves or the creators themselves, this would be Tetsuya Nomura in our case, wants to do for the story and where he's been taking his story thus far. It's just literally speculation. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace the heck